Hey LEGO fans, and welcome back to MB Bricks. Today we are looking at our minifigure accessory collection and how we sort and store the parts. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like and a comment below, and make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when I upload new videos on Fridays. We are going to be looking through this entire stack of drawers here, so without further ado, let's dive right in. The first couple of drawers we are going to be looking at today are my actual minifigure drawers. Now these drawers have heads, torsos, legs, and skirt pieces, as well as some other parts such as hair pieces, just so I'll sort it out so you can make minifigures, and then we'll get to the accessories part. So I've organized my heads on a 2x10 plate, and so this makes it nice and easy for you to see the front. And reverse faces if they have them. I know a lot of AFOLs do stack their heads like this, so I know I'm not the first person to do this technique. It just makes it very, very easy to look through if you're looking for a particular facial expression. Now these three stacks have all male faces. And then I have separated out my female faces, all the different expressions. It's been great because in the last 10 years or so, LEGO has really expanded their range and have included a lot more female faces. I've also sorted out, now these are being used quite a bit as I get different figures for a Jurassic Park together. But here I have all of the light flesh color and one dark regular brown actually. And these are mixed. I did have males down at the bottom and then females on top, but they started kind of going back and forth. And then I have all my skull pieces. None of them have reverse faces, but there is a glow in the dark one, which is really cool. Again, a bunch of different expressions. I have some monster faces, pumpkins, zombies, werewolves, that sort of thing. And then finishing off, I just have some other faces, characters, robots, that sort of thing, and the reverse. So it's very easy to find different expressions that I'm looking for to create different characters, which is great. And then these all slide back in here quite nicely. It's almost like a little puzzle here. I just gotta figure out which way they go. There we go. And then right beside that, we have the long hair pieces, different colors. Some are from the Friends line, some are from the regular minifigure line. All different colors and styles. And then in the one in the front, they make a lot less of these and they take up a lot less space as well. The shorter hairstyles, including this really cool mohawk. Sometimes I look through my collection and I forget some of the parts I have, which is kind of cool. And then right beside that, I have my small but ever-growing beard collection, including a full-on hair, beard, and mustaches, which is pretty cool, of all kinds. And then I've actually got this really cool orange color beard as well, which I really, really like. And then of course the standard white and gray ones for the old wizard types. And then these needed a spot, so I just stuck these in here as well. I have a bunch of these from the LEGO board games from quite a few years ago now. But lots of cool different guys in there, which I don't use too often, but they are there if I need them. Next up, this is a fairly easy bin to see what's inside. I won't be showing you all of my different torso pieces, but I have quite a few different styles in here, and ones that I've gotten multiples of as I've gone through my collection. The new ones from the Lion Knight Castle, I've got a bunch of those in the corner. I've stuck the ones that are similar or the same together. These are from the old soccer ones. And then in this side section part here, we have the ones that have the markings on the side as if they have a bit more of a figure, which are generally used for female minifigures, including a lot of ones that can actually be used with skirt pieces. They've got the fancier doodads, and then your everyday working ones, but still with the indents on the side. Sometimes minifigures have really cool torsos and pants that go really good together. So I just typically keep those ones together. There's not too many like this in my collection, but if there is, I typically keep those together so I can find them when I need them. Next up, you guessed it, we have pants and legs and skirts. So in the back here we have the largest selection of just plain pants, all different kinds of colors, but they are all solid. Sometimes the legs and the waist is two different colors, but they are all solid with no prints. This container here has the prints on them. All different kind of cool things in there. I've gotten a lot of these from bulk buys, so I'm not necessarily sure what torsos they originally came with, but it's fun to kind of go through and look and put together different minifigures for different reasons. And then the front here, we have a bunch of different skirt pieces, including the newer style, which is really, really cool, and some older styles here, some stuff I've gotten off of the Build a Minifigure wall at the Lego store, and I've also put my shorter legs in there as well so that they would be easy to find. I don't think any of my shorter legs have prints on them, so I've just kind of stacked them all according to color. At least I started to, and then you get more and you just kind of toss them in, and there goes that tactic of keeping it nice and organized. But yeah, I just keep all of the bottoms in here, and then it makes it nice and easy to match up with the torsos. The last small drawer that we're going to look at today is just kind of got a random assortment of parts in here. We've got some pieces of skeleton minifigures that are broken apart for whatever reasons. I do like to use the feet for decoration and that sort of thing, so I'll take those off. We also have random minifigure torsos that might be missing arms that are missing torsos. Typically I don't take my arms or my hands off for that reason unless I'm switching out the hands for something, but I usually keep the torsos and the arms together. So anything like this that has come in through a bulk buy, I'll usually throw in this bag, and then if I find I can use the torso piece for something, then I will take that out, or the arms piece for the same use. And speaking of hands, this is pretty much my only collection of hands. Oh, and there's a random arm in there too, so there goes that. But these hands, I usually have a lot of yellow, obviously, but I'll intersperse the yellow with the light flesh colored. depending on what kind of minifigures I am building. And then I do have some other random colors in there as well. I know when I did my Diagon Alley build, I used as many different colored hands as I could in the Quality Quidditch Supply store because I wanted different gloves. So that made good use of the hands, and any spares I just kind of keep in that bag there. And then the rest of this bin is simply large minifigure accessories that don't really fit into the smaller bins that well. So for example, I have all my different colored bikes here, which I don't have the entire collection. However, they have made quite a few over the years and they're really cute. So whenever I happen to see one, I do try to grab the set. I've also got skateboards, surfboards. I think snowboards are kept in one of the bins. Wheelbarrows. I think the spring VIP add-on pack had these green ones, which were super cool, and I got a few of those. This was a baby carriage that was a little mini build that came with one of the modular sets, which was I thought was really cool, so I kind of kept that together and just threw it in here. And then yeah, just some other random large parts that don't fit in particularly well in the smaller bins. We are now getting into the lower bins, which are a bit bigger, and in each bin you can hold up to 4 cases, and each case can be divided into 18 sections. So the first bin we're going to look at today has the more helmets and headgear. These are a little bit tricky to get open sometimes, but it's good because you know they're not gonna fall open at some point. More specifically, this bin has all of my medieval stuff in it. So we've got helmets, different armor pieces. We've got these ones down here, capes, smaller shields, larger shields, and some of the absolute biggest shields, particularly from the Nexo Knights line, as well as a few other sizes. So that's in first bin. Next up, we have a random hodgepodge of headgear in here. We've got some ninja stuff. We've got holiday specials, including the Santa hats. We've got some Star Wars helmets, that sort of thing. A bunch of different hoods for medieval type builds. These are larger, random head pieces from a variety of different themes. We've got witches hats here, and these were from the Halloween VIP add-on pack from last year, which is really neat with the hair. And then we've got some more of the classic style wizard hats. Some of these I'm not sure where else to sort them, so I've put them into their own little sections. These are more like the armor pieces that go around the torso. And we also have some more fully covering head pieces. And then in the front here, we've just got some additional scarves and bandanas and that sort of thing that would go around the head area. Let's see, these are sometimes hard to get back in the right spots so that they fit. And in the last bin for the headgear, we've got mostly a lot of city type stuff with the motorcycle helmets, baseball caps. These are a bunch of visors that go onto the different helmets, and these are more underwater scuba type things down there. these ones are all the same with the ridge around. We've got some construction hats. These are older style hats from, I think, the 90s or early 2000s. Almost like little beanie caps. And I think these are fireman hats. These are bicycle or scooter helmets. There, and then these are some more larger brimmed hats. And again, the larger brimmed hats of different styles. We've got these really cool actually looking top hats. And then these hats are a bit older too. They go back to the 90s. And then full-on deep sea diving masks or space as well with the air canisters in the back. And that does that for this whole bin here. Next up, we start getting into some of the accessories. So in this first bin of this drawer, with only 3, we've got some room for expansion in here, which is always a good thing. We have flags. So we have the standard waving flag separated out into the different colors, and then some random ones in this bin down here. The gold ones I found on the Pick-a-Brick wall the one time, which was a really lucky find, but I grabbed a whole handful of those. And then this should actually probably be over here. These are the almost 2x2 size with the clips, a bunch of different pirate ones, and a few from other themes, but I feel like I mostly have pirate ones in there. And then these are all of the largest size flags. And I do have a bunch of cool ones in there from different themes as well. Some are the hard plastic and some are the more material plastic ones, which is really, really neat. Nice variety in there. Next up, this one's a good one. A bunch of different communication devices, as I would call it. We've got megaphones, 2 different styles. We've got walkie-talkies, and I like the new colors that they're coming out for with those. We've got the old style video recorders and some pieces that are similar. We also have cameras. Some of them I've kept attachments so that they look different. And then this piece is actually really, really cool. Different style of megaphone. Down in the front here, we have laptops of different colors, and they do open and close, which is really, really neat. And then some different printed styles in the inside. Next up, we have stereos in a few different colors. This one's cool. It's the teal, dark teal rather. So that style of stereo. And then we have telephones. And then I've even got this pre-built one, which is pretty cool. Next up, we are coming to suitcases. So these are the smaller standard size suitcases. And then in this one, I only have a couple of these, but they are the bigger size that you can actually put small trinkets in for the minifigures, which is really, really cool. And then last up in this case here, we've got my collection of books, which has grown exponentially. So these are all of the newer style with the minifigure grips on the one side, which is cool, and you can open it up and have the different pages inside, which is a really, really nice feature. Oh, and let's not forget the Monster Book of Monsters from Harry Potter, which is a really cool one. And then these are actually all of my, also Monster Book of Monsters, the original one, but these are all the old style books. Some I've gotten recently off of Bricklink, and then some of them I have actually had since they have come out. There is Tom Riddle's Diary, the original one, which is really, really cool. So I do have quite a few parts in there, which are really, really neat to look at. And if you guys want to pause at any point to get a closer look at these bins, please go ahead and do that. But I'm going to carry on at a decent pace just because I do have a lot to go through. This bin is a very useful one for me, and I have deemed buckets and bags. So these I did get off of the Pick-a-Brick wall as well. So some of the random parts that you might wonder why I have so many, and that is most likely why. And then I have the same kind of bucket in the reddish brown and a couple in the old brown as well. And here's a couple more and just in different colors up at the top here. And then we get into some backpack type things. So these are jetpacks, a couple different styles, and then we've got a few different ones here that hold swords, crisscross, that sort of thing on the back. So the minifigures, these extremely large overgrown bags can actually hold again, some trinkets or supplies that a minifigure might take on a long journey. These might be for hiking or camping or wilderness adventures, so that's why they would need such a big backpack. Same kind of style, but a bit smaller, and they don't open, is that style of minifigure backpack. And then continuing on with the bags, we have the side shoulder bag there as well. And very similar to these over here, but a bit more texturing on these styles of bags, which I use these a lot for medieval builds. And then this piece here can actually be used as a backpack, but you would just put the minifigure neck part through the hole, and then with this stud off of the back of the minifigure, you can attach other parts to build your own bag. And this is also a very useful part for different kinds of mocks as well, but I do often forget because I do have them in here with the minifigure accessories, and I forget that they're in there and I don't use them as often as I should. Moving along, we have more of the friend style colored bags, which some of these can be useful for medieval and especially fantasy type builds as well. And then we do have a couple extra random types of bags, which are really, really cool. Here we have the standard buckets in a few different colors. And then my new addition of these really cute watering cans have found a home in the top section here. And then we have a few of these bags in different colors. I just got the white ones recently from the Pick-a-Brick wall, so I kind of kept those separate because that divider was already there, so I just kind of threw them up at the top, and then there's a few different ones. And then a couple of random things in this bottom corner, including the carrier for the child, or Grogu, as we will come to learn. So just kind of put those there since they didn't have anywhere else to go, and that covers the second drawer. Now, this drawer is one that I know a lot of people will be very excited to see. This is my weapons and tools drawer. So starting off at the very top bin, we have all of the tools, which is one of my favorite parts of the collection. Starting in the top right, we've got pitchforks, and then we have a variety of different net type pieces. And in the very front here, I guess these are more weapons than tools, but they had a home here, so that's where they ended up. Beside that, we've got push brooms and more medieval style sweeper brooms just above there, and many different colors. That one's pretty full now. And then above that, we get into oars. The smaller size oars, the big oars, did not fit into the small space, so I actually just stuck them over there because there was enough space over there. Moving along, all kinds of different tools, shovels, that sort of thing, metal detectors in the bottom here. They just come up with so many different types. It's really amazing over the years how much Lego has expanded all the different elements that they do include, especially in the minifigure category. So moving along here and just kind of showing you, there's only about one type of part in each of these, but in several colors. So I'm just kind of showing you what is in each section here. Not used as much in my builds, but still pretty cool. And then this one has a bunch of different types of axes and similar items, I suppose. And then these are all of those small tools that you get in those bags that come with, I don't know, whatever it is, 7 or 8 different types for one set, and you got them all, whether the set uses them or not. And every time I get some of those, I just kind of shove them all into there. And then finishing off the tools, we have these cute little oil cans in the front there. So that covers the tool portion, and then we're gonna start getting into weapons. So first up we have the close range weapons. A lot of different medieval style weapons in here, and you can very clearly see what all the different sections have. I do have a few more sections for swords so that I can divide out all the different types. I mean, they do have some like super cool ones, right? With the blue and with the red, and then they even have the metallic silver and gold ones. So that's really, really cool. And then we've got all the smaller ones in that corner, and then just some different styles of pirates and that sort of thing around. And then these are one of my favorites too. These axes here, battle axes. They just come up with so many different parts. For all the bad guys, they all need their weapons of choice, right? And several different colors, of course. And then finishing it off, we've got lances in different colors, as well as spears. So that is all close combat. And then of course when you have close combat, you also need the long range weapons. And so we've got the bows and arrows on the right side here. I did buy quite a few of these when I built my attack on Elvendale, because all the elves of course have their bows and arrows as their weapons of choice. They are skilled in sword as well, but they do prefer their bows and arrows. So we have these larger ones here, and then they did have originally the smaller ones. So I've kind of kept those separate, and then we have the crossbows separated out as well in their own little section. And of course, when you have bows and arrows, you do need quivers. So I have those in the very front here. And then pretty much all the rest of these are the different types of firearms that LEGO produces, including actually these stud shooters. And they've come out with a couple of different styles over the years, but I've kind of been able to squish all those into there. And then in this front one, we do have these like little ray gun sort of things that maybe aliens might use, or some sort of sci-fi type builds. And then these ones in the front, beside the ray guns, have an additional clip on the top. So you can be shooting out not bullets, but sleepy juice I can't think of what it's called right now. But yeah, so you can have additional attachments on the top, which is really, really cool for that one. And then, yeah, just a whole bunch of different firearms. I'm not well versed in these ones, all the different sizes. Obviously I do have quite a few, but a lot of these I would have probably gotten from bulk buys and that sort of thing, because I definitely don't get a lot of sets, although some of these parts are quite useful for getting different angles and that sort of thing with, you know, even anything you want to build, lights, that sort of thing. It's just a different shape to use, and can be very, very useful if you are creative enough, I suppose. And this last bin here is just the random assortment of tools slash weapons that I felt kinda didn't go anywhere else and could go together. So here they are. And I'm not even sure what all these originated from, what set, what theme, what year. These are interesting. Some more actual shooters. So I kind of put all of those together in the middle here. And then these are actually some of the trans medium blue parts that start out as lightning blasts or whatever from the superheroes, I believe. So they end up here, and then as they came up with more parts kind of similar, I just stuck them in the same section there because there was space. And then we do have machetes as well, and throwing stars for ninjas. So that's pretty cool. That makes sense. And then some tridents if you want to make an underwater sort of mock. And then these pieces here, which are really, really cool. So that does it for this bin here and our random assortment of long range, short range weapons, as well as tools. So these next two bins I am super excited about. They're probably my favorite two out of the entire minifigure collection. First up, we are going to be looking at all of our food and food accessories. So now this bin is a little bit different than the other ones. So there's a few more extra spots, but it's fine because if I can tilt that without spilling everything, we're going to be looking at plates, bowls, utensils, pots, pans. We've got some printed stuff, which is like super, super cool. We've even got some little brick-built things like this blender here that I thought was super, super cool, and I left together. These little cupcake holders. We've got forks and spoons and knives and a few other kitchen accessories here, like the giant knife and the whisk, which is also really, really cute. And then we've got some of the Friends style things. So we've got the flippers and the mixers here, which these are really, really cute. They're kind of different colors than what I would normally use, but if you're definitely making a kitchen scene, these are all super, super helpful. And then just some more different types of pans and stuff that you would find in the kitchen. I do love these little kettles, especially the pink ones. They're super, super cute. And then I do have my little genie lamp here as well. That goes there. And then, yeah, we do have some different trays and that sort of thing. Quite a few of my kitchen stuff here is actually in the kitchen that I've made for Jurassic Park, so there are a few things that are missing, but for the most part, this is kind of how I sort everything out. And as you can see, there's just a few things that are currently empty because they are in my giant Jurassic Park mock. moving along with the kitchen accessories here. We are going to be looking at cups, of course, because we looked at the plates, so now we're going to be looking at the cups. Now these are really, really cool. I do have the bottles as well, in the 3 different colors. So there's the green one, and then I have the trans black and trans clear. This one has the pop can tab lids, so I've just attached that to a basic cylinder piece, but I have a few in there, so I've put those all together. Several different types of goblets, of course, in all the different colors, and then this one is a little bit different, the giant green goblet, which is really, really cool. And then I do have a few bottles and cups that are printed, so that one there, hopefully you can see that okay, has the ship in a bottle. And then this little bottle that actually says drink me. It's from the Alice in Wonderland theme, which is really, really cool. And then same as the goblets, we have the ever lovable coffee mug in all the different colors, and then these newer drink pieces with either the trans green or trans orange liquid, so to say, inside, and then these cute little teacups, and then I do have a couple of the teacup plates with the little patterns on them, so that's really, really cool. I keep those all together in this bin. Next up, we're finally getting to the food, which is like super excited. I love Lego food. I'm obsessed. I always try to collect as much as I can. I found something out of place. Let's pop that back into there. So we have mostly fruits and vegetables and baked goods. So as you can see, all the different types here. We've got the pumpkins and the orange and the red. And I think actually I do have a bag of the dark tan that came direct from Lego not too long ago, and I haven't found a spot for those yet, so I've just kind of kept that in the bag. And then we've got pineapples and a couple of watermelons down there too. If I can get one out, I'll show you. So we got a little watermelon piece there, super cute. And of course we've got apples, bananas in a couple of colors, carrots, and all the different carrot lid colors there. We've got the cherry pieces in a few different colors on the end. I'm trying to show you guys this, but also not spill on my food. That can just hang out there for now, that's fine. We've got bread in a couple of different colors, hot dog buns again in a couple of different colors, croissants, and even a white one in there. And then we start getting into these beehives in a couple of different colors. And then at the very top, we've actually got some of the meat, so several different colors of hot dogs now. I started with them all separate, and now as I look at them, I've just been throwing all the random ones in that bin there, as I've run out of different spots for them. And then we've got the full-on turkeys with the drumsticks. These were some pre-made wheat bundles that I made, so I kind of kept those together. And then my one lonely T-bone steak just hanging out by itself up there, so it's hanging out with the wheat now. And then the 2 different sizes of animal bones get their own section up at the top, and I will fix those carrots some other point off camera. And then this is the other food dish that I have, mostly full of desserts, and then we do have some printed stuff at the top as well. So starting at the bottom here, we have all of our different flavors of ice cream. I'm hoping to expand this a little bit. I do have quite a few of the white ones actually, off of the Big Brick Wall, but I have that in my overflow collection. So hoping to top up my ice cream collection, because these are actually useful for many different things, and I rarely actually use them for ice cream. So I always check when I'm shopping on Bricklink or Bricks and Pieces, just to see what other colors of food and comes out. On the end here we have the popsicle pieces in a couple of different colors, and then just above that we have the start of the ice cream cone pieces, which again are very useful, not just for ice cream cones. So I do keep an eye out when I see those available. And then we have the smaller soft serve ice cream pieces in the different colors, and then the ever lovable poop piece that I do consider to look like ice cream swirls. So I kind of have them all in the same area. As you move up, you get to see some different desserts, including these cream pie pieces in different colors. This large bread type dessert looks delicious. We've got some pretzel pieces, and then all of the little 1x1 cookie pieces. And these are all chocolate chip cookies. I have so many of them. These are all of the, I don't know, shortbread. Just so many. And then these are the peppermint swirls. These are strawberries, and then I do have just a random assortment of different cookie and or donut pieces in that one there. Off to the right we have, oops, these ones are harder to get out of these containers, the chocolate bar pieces, and above that we have some extra more printed stuff, mostly pizza boxes. I don't know what this one is. Let's get this out. Okay, so this is kind of my random one with some different printed burgers and that sort of thing. Next to that we have the mandrakes, a couple different styles from the Harry Potter line. And I don't know why I stuck these in here, but I did, and they just live here now. Next to that we have a couple different breakfast items. We have the really cute 1x1 round egg piece and the 1x1 round waffle piece, if I can get one of these out. Whoops, there it goes. So breakfast goes in there, and then next up we've got a couple different sushi pieces, and this is why I've actually been switching over to the other style of Duramax containers, because these containers are really hard to get these small fiddly bits out of, and the Duramax actually has the rounded bottoms, which is very useful, I might say, for getting these small tricky pieces out. So these are the newer acorn style 1x1 round, and then we also have, oh, so hard to get out, those little lemon pieces. Hopefully all this is showing up okay on the camera. And then we have the super cool popcorn bin as well. And then in the last couple we just have some more printed parts, the orange juice and the milk carton. And then on the very end we have a couple of different styles of the cereal boxes. And that does it for this bin that has the food and food accessories in it. Next up is definitely one of my more useful bins. I use this bin all the time. I just pretty much bring it right over because I love all of the different items that are in these bins. First up we are looking at my magic bin. So this has a lot of different items when I'm doing fantasy or wizard towers, that sort of thing. Very useful when I was making my Diagon Alley or any Harry Potter MOC for that matter. So we've got cauldrons, vials of different colors. This bin has lots of random parts in it from the Harry Potter line, including Snitch. And this one's really cool too. It is the hourglass. And then we have some of these old classic witches wands with the stars on the end. And then actually, well, beside that, we have the newer style Harry Potter wands, which are really, really cool, but you just get so many every time you get a Harry Potter set. So I have quite the collection there. We have some interesting translucent magical pieces there that I thought looked good, including these electrical pieces. So I actually have quite a few of those now. Next to the wands, of course, you need your wand boxes, so I've got quite a few of those adding up now. And then we've got just some more orbs of different colors, different sizes that I think are pretty cool and quite magical. These ones are great. The pearlescent blue, very, very cool color. And then we have some of these clear tops that can have enough room for something small to kind of be on display within. And then we've got some cool crystal balls. This one's got sparkles. We've got some plain bluish gray ones and some clear ones as well. So very useful for making magical scenes. And I've got a Halloween mock that I've actually been starting working on. I've used quite a few of my parts from in here, so you'll be able to see that in another week or so when it gets a bit closer to Halloween. This next one is obviously very useful for medieval builds. We've got the chains on the left here, the longer style chains, and then in the middle the shorter style chains. We do have decorative whips of different sizes, lassos, and even these much bigger ones here. And these are pieces that aren't necessarily medieval, but I do use them quite often for making lamps or light fixtures, that sort of thing. So they found homes here and I use them quite frequently, so to me it just made sense for the type of builds that I do that these all kind of came together. And then we've got the newer style lamp piece, which I really, really, really love the design of this. I really like it. So I've been adding lots to my collection there. And before these came out, this was the older style that I used to brick build with a couple different parts, as you can see there. And at one point I had just made quite a few for medieval build, and it just made sense for me to keep them together. So I've kind of put them in the container here, and even though I don't use them as much now, kind of a little bit of nostalgia looking back on how I did things before these newer parts were introduced. Okay, next up we have the fire bin. So here we can see, well, lots of fire in many different colors, many different shapes and sizes. These older style ones are really cool because they have the little pins on the bottom that actually used to fit into, how well you can see it, but they used to fit into one of the grooves on the flame, so you could actually attach them, which was a really, really neat effect. But the newer style, of course, do not have those pins on them, so you can't do that. And then we have the larger flame pieces, as well as these really cool pieces here that aren't really flames, but they're very similar, so I thought they worked fitting them into there. These cool candelabra pieces, some of them have flames, some of them don't. I have made some little pre-built candles for just quickly grabbing. I have a few different styles that I've kind of thrown together, some shorter ones, some longer ones, just for easy access there, and then a bunch more of those tiny flames go in this bottom container, and then any more candle holders that I do acquire in many different colors, I'll get kind of put into this end section here. Finally, for this super awesome drawer is my gold and jewels. Well, let's open this up here. So we have the not so much gold ingots, but we do have the ingot pieces on the end here in many different colors, and I have added all these here because of course I wanted to add the actual gold ingot pieces. So that just made sense to add these in as well. We have the $100 minifigure bills, I suppose. Over here we've got some gold-plated treasure in the middle, and then just some other, this one's actually really cool, the gold-plated ingot, as well as some coins and the gold-plated rings. Here we've just put some of the random gold pieces that I have in the specialty gold, which I don't have a whole lot of, and then just some of the newer style gold pieces here as well. And then I have added in this bin a couple of different colors of the hearts, which are considered stones, and then just some more geodes and that sort of thing with some different printing on them. And then these geodes are really cool with the sparkles on the inside. I have a couple different colors in use, of course, but I did want to buy some more, but unfortunately they're actually really pricey, so I'll just wait and see if I can get any more in sets, because I do buy quite a few sets as well, to see what parts are new and exciting inside of them, and that's how I get a lot of these unique parts that are a little bit more pricey than buying them straight off of bricks and pieces. And then yeah, just some of the smaller rock pieces in the different colors, so that's a really fun one to look at as well. Okay, we are going into our last bin here, and this is a very random assortment of parts. It's pretty much all the rest of the minifigure parts that I couldn't really fit in the other bins. This one does make a little bit of sense. It is essentially outdoor sports, so we've got winter sports over here with the snowboards and the ski poles, snowshoes, hockey sticks, that sort of thing. So that does make sense. And then for more summer type sports, we have life preservers, the water wings, the flippers, roller skates, and then just a whole bunch of different outdoor activity accessories, which is great. These are the old foam hands that came with the soccer sets way back in the early 2000s, a couple different sizes there, and then a few soccer balls, basketballs, and volleyballs finish off this container. Next up, this is a very random bin with not much in it, but I will show you anyways. We have taps separated out into a few different categories. Of course, you can see black, gray, and then the other random colors that I don't have as much of. And then because taps, you know, taps. So that made sense to me, so I put those there. We've got these pieces.
which could go over in the medieval section, but there was no space. So I put those here. We have my small collection of light bricks, fit nicely into there. And then these I think came with one of those dot sets. So I'm not really sure what I would really use these parts for, but I figured I would just keep them all together in here since they are official Lego, and this tray here was pretty empty. So I just stuck them there for now so that they had a home. And so we have all parts to have a home in our Lego room. And this is more of the miscellaneous bin. I did have a miscellaneous bin of minifigure parts. So some of them I have sorted out that I did have a few more of, such as the binoculars. And we've got handcuffs there, scissors. These are really, really cute. The new style of umbrellas. Got tassels down there, magnifying glasses, which are actually magnifying, which is really, really cool. Some different paint brushes, and then we even have that there, which is just so, so cool. They've just really come out with a lot of different parts. And then we've got some cool spooky skulls in a couple different colors. These are my larger random minifigure accessories. I love these balloons too. I just want a whole bunch of balloons. And then these are the smaller of the same, just miscellaneous minifigure accessories, including like these like little cell phone type pieces. So that all kind of gets smushed together, and oftentimes I forget what's in this container because I don't pull it out nearly often enough. And then finishing off this last bin, our last tray, is a lot of the Friends accessories with a few other things added in. But on the left hand side here we've got a bunch of different styles of keys. We've got musical instruments in the center here, which I've been trying to collect a lot more because they're just so cool. Oh, saxophones. I might stay here for a little bit just to see what I've got in here. The little string guitar. Oh man, and even though you've got ones that look the same, they've got different printing and stuff on it. Just really, really cool. In the middle here, we've got the medical accessories. So we've got stethoscopes, bottles, needles, that sort of thing, charts. Up here we've got different of those gift boxes that you can actually open and put little trinkets or whatever inside. In the middle here is the actual Friends accessories, I would call it, with the lipsticks and the brushes, and these are actually really, really useful. I did put them in here because they are still technically the lipstick piece, but they're all black, and so definitely a lot of uses for those. And then depending on the build, I'll sometimes dive into there and see what I can find. Up in this top section here is all stars. There's a few different colors, but all those little star pieces. And then these are mostly friend accessories with the mini peg, although there are a few of the more medieval style as well, but it's mostly the friend accessories with the bows and the flowers and that sort of thing that you can put into their hair. And then finally, we have a section here with trophies. So we've got some larger trophies and some smaller trophies, and I've added in all these itty bitty figures as well, because those are usually considered trophies. And then we've just got a couple of different sizes of the larger ones, some with printing, including this Tri-Wiz cup from Harry Potter. And that finishes up the very last drawer.
So we have just checked out this entire tower of drawers in our large Lego collection. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you would like to see more collection or Lego tour videos, be sure to check the description for a link to a playlist of other videos on my channel. Once again, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe as it helps this channel out a lot. Thanks so much for checking out this video today, and until next time, keep on building.